In the early 1980s in Australia, they started sponsoring these endurance events where they would get the top athletes, the best runners in the world, and they decided to have a race, a 7-day race, 546 miles. I get tired flying 546 miles, and they're going to run it, okay? And so they had these guys and gals in their 20s and 30s, and they're wearing their spandex and their $400 sneakers, and they've got their power bars, and they are primed. And then here comes Cliff. Cliff is a 61-year-old potato farmer. And Cliff comes to the starting line, and he says, I'm going to run this race. And the media get a hold of him, and they run up to him, and they're laughing, and they put the mic in his face, and they're like, what's it like to know you're going to die in 20 miles? And he said, I think I can do it. And they're like, why do you think that? And he says, well, we grew up really poor. I have a lot of brothers and sisters. We didn't have any money. We've had 2,000 acres, and we have a whole bunch of sheep. And when storms would come in, it was my job to round up those sheep. And sometimes it would take me 3 days because we didn't have trucks or four-wheelers, so I'd have to get out there on foot and round them up. And I figured, if I can do it for 3 days, a few more won't be that big deal. And they thought, okay, well, good luck, right? And they were really laughing because that's what Cliff wore to the race. He was in his rain boots and everything. So they get to the starting line, gun goes off, everybody takes off like some kind of Mustang, takes off the line, and here comes Cliff. Like Tim Conway in The 1,000-Year-Old Man. And so they run for 17 hours. And then they decide to take a break. They get over on the side of the road. They set up camp. They pass out because they got to get up at the crack of dawn and do it all over again. So they wake up in the morning, and one of the runners sees this tiny figure way off in the distance ahead of them. And that's the first time they recognize that they might be in trouble. You see, when Cliff said that he ran for 3 days, he meant 3 days in a row. 3 days, 3 nights in a row. No sleep, no food, just running. And our friend Cliff ended up finishing in first place. He beat the world record by 2 full days. Now that's a competitor. That's a competitor because he did not know that there was prize money. He did it to win. He was there to make a difference, not just $1. Now, he felt so embarrassed when they handed him a $10,000 check that he said, I can't do this. So he took the money and he divided it equally and gave a piece to every person that ran that race. And that's what made Cliff a winner. Yeah, how about it for Cliff? So Cliff did many more runs. He became kind of a celebrity after that. He said he had arthritis, but he just ran it out. And for the next 20 years, he ran. When one day he ran 150 miles. In one day. Towards his last run, he was trying to do 3,800 miles and almost did it. Almost did it. While he had cancer, by the way. So he almost made that, and he was running for charity, and he had to stop because his coach, who was driving in the car next to him, got sick and had to go to the hospital. He never kept any of the winnings. He always gave it to friends as gifts or donated it to charities. And Cliff continues to inspire me today. I really believe that that is the definition of a competitive winner, don't you?